Hello and welcome to Sandbox Creations. Today I'm going to give a few tips to help you get a 7 band and above score in IELTS writing exam. I assume that you've already watched the videos on IELTS listening and reading modules. This video is going to be about the writing module. This strategy is equally applicable to tests like TOEFL and CELPIP. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to click on the bell icon to enable notifications. First, I'm going to give an overview of the module, so that people who are unfamiliar with test can get a clear picture about it. The writing module has a 60-minute time limit and has 2 parts. You are required to write at least 150 words for Task 1 and at least 250 words for Task 2. This module is different for academic and general training. For academic writing in Task 1, you are presented with a graph, table, chart or diagram and are asked to describe, summarize or explain the information in your own words. You may be asked to describe and explain data, describe the stages of a process, how something works or describe an object or event. In Task 2, you are asked to write an essay in response to a point of view, argument or problem. The issues raised are of general interest to, suitable for and easily understood by test takers entering undergraduate or postgraduate studies or seeking professional registration. Responses to Task 1 and Task 2 should be written in an academic, semi-formal, neutral style. Whereas, for general training writing in Task 1, you are presented with a situation and are asked to write a letter requesting information or explaining the situation. The letter may be personal or semi-formal, neutral in style. In Task 2, you are asked to write an essay in response to a point of view, argument or problem. The essay can be slightly more personal in style than the academic writing Task 2 essay. Topics are of general interest. Task 2 contributes twice as much as Task 1 to the writing score. Scores are reported in whole and half bands. This a word-for-word description of the listening exam is given in the candidate's manual, which is available on the website of IELTS. Now that you know what to expect for the exam, let's begin. The first thing to do is to plan out both Task 1 and 2. In both tasks, the first step is to plan the conclusion and then the introduction. After this, you have to plan out each paragraph such that it does not have more than 2 points that are relevant to the question. You have to ensure that the transition from paragraph to paragraph is smooth and seamless. This is because your essay is graded on the criteria of coherence and cohesion. Additionally, you're also graded on how the essay is structured, which is another reason why you should have a clear outline or plan for the tasks. The next most important thing you have to keep in mind is the word limit. The word limit for Task 1 is 150 and for Task 2 is 250. Your responses should always cross this limit but should not exceed it by much. You have to keep in mind that exam is only for an hour, and if you spend too much time on Task 1 you will not be able to respond to Task 2 properly. The best way to tackle this issue is to assign a maximum value to these tasks. 175 to 185 for Task 1 and 290 to 305 for Task 2 is more than enough. What you have to keep in mind is that the evaluators go through a lot of answer sheets, and some of them might get annoyed at seeing a 250-word response to Task 1 and an incomplete Task 2. You have to keep in mind that task completion is a criterion based on which your writing is marked. The writing module is also graded based on your vocabulary. This does not mean that you have to learn a lot of complicated words for the exams. You should only use words that you are familiar with. Moreover, the correct usage of vocabulary is what gives you marks. Using impressive words out of context in your essay just decreases your score. Your responses should be on point. Don't try to fill up your essay with points that do not answer the question. This mainly happens in Task 1. The candidate fails to respond to the question properly and often miss a part of the question, which reduces their score. Lastly, the only way to improve your writing skills is through practice. However, you should get your responses evaluated by someone each time or you will probably keep on making the same mistakes. There are websites that offers essay evaluation services which evaluates your writing according to the standards of the IELTS exam. However, you can improve writing skills on your own by writing summaries. Almost all English newspapers have an e-copy of their publication on their website. Go to the editorial page and summarize it. Then go through it and see if you have conveyed the editorial viewpoint through your summary in a perfect manner. Once you do this for a few days, you will realize that the time you need to write the summary of the editorial has decreased considerably. What you have to keep in mind is that the summary should be as brief as possible. You will initially find this to be extremely difficult and boring, but if you persevere, it will also improve your skill in the reading module as I explained in the previous video. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to click on the bell icon to enable notifications.